欢迎的是美国前国务卿 Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Mike Pompeo, His Excellency, former U.S. Secretary of State, joining us. Mr. Pompeo, welcome. Welcome, Mr. Pompeo. Thank you for coming to Taiwan. Taiwan loves you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. Madam President, it's fantastic to see you again. It is great to be with you. It's great to be outside of Taipei, get a chance to see another part of this great country as well. Thank you all for joining me, and thank you for putting this together. What a lovely gathering. What an important time, too, to talk about how we can collectively deliver for our two countries, and that's what I want to spend my time. We all know the geopolitical realities of the world. I don't need to tell it to you. You all live them. You live these challenges. You confront them with great honor. I have three ideas for you today. The first is this. We should never let the Chinese Communist Party or its sympathizers forget who the white man is here, who the good guys are, who the decent people are, who the lovely people are, who the people are that respect basic human rights, private property, and who are trying nothing more than to make their nation better and their people better, and who threaten no one. We had a visit to this place by our Speaker of the House, and we saw people talk about how this was provocative. We've seen your president and others in your country here in Taiwan talk about basic rights to defend their own sovereignty and make decisions for themselves, and some in the global news and many from the Chinese propaganda machine will say, this is provocative, this is threatening. We should never forget who's threatening. It is not the great people of Taiwan. It is not the United States of America. The only threat to this region, the people who desire to upend what we know is right and decent and moral, is in fact the Chinese Communist Party. We should never equivocate. We should never put moral equivalence on the table. We should be clear and be proud of that for which each and every one of us stands. Thank you, Madam President, for always doing that. My second idea is that sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the hubbub and forget the good work that we all have done. We always want to do more, we want to do better, we want to be stronger, we want another business deal. For those of you in the audience I know who live in the United States, we always want to get one more done. I get it, me too. We always want to improve our lot. But I want to urge you today, to use a term that I used when I came to the State Department. It was a term that I don't know how well it translates, but it's this idea of swagger. Swagger is about pride and humility and possessing both. Swagger is about fearlessness and courage and prudence and sharpness, but cautiousness. We can do these things. Swagger is an idea that says we should be proud of what it is that we have accomplished and what it is we're doing. We should know that we did this with lots of help, not just from ourselves, but our teams and our families and our companies and our businesses and our partners all around the world who deliver good outcomes for their own people. But we should never forget to take just a moment to have that swagger, to be proud of what it is we've all accomplished together. I'm counting on you to do that. You all inspire me each time I get a chance to interact with someone who's spent time in Taiwan and in America, or I get the chance to come to this special place that I love and more importantly value as an important partner for my country. We should all do this with the enormous pride that comes from the fact that we are right and we are decent and we are good. And we should never forget that, and we should smile and bring joy to all it is that we do each and every day. The last thought is that there are many elements that will convince the Chinese Communist Party that today's situation, in fact, reflects the reality of Taiwan as this important place that is different and separate and independent from that China. We should certainly do it as a security matter. You all have an important role to play there, and you all have increased your capacity to defend this place in ways that are important and special. It reminds me very much of what the remarkable people of Ukraine are doing even as we sit here today. You understand how important it is to get this piece of it right. And you should know you have great partners. In America, for sure, this is not partisan. It is Republican. It is Democrat. It's progressive. It's conservative. It is every American who understands the important role that Taiwan plays as a frontline security partner, not only for America's security, but for peace throughout the world. We'll get that piece right. We should continue to work on that problem set. But more importantly, and what you all have gathered here today to work on, is to build out commercial relationships, to increase prosperity for each of our two peoples, and for peoples around the world. So much of American policy, for the past decades, has encouraged American business to invest inside of China, to invest alongside the Chinese Communist Party. It was American policy for decades. It's no longer the case. And I think each of you in this audience today who are business leaders and who are thinking about how to grow your business, to expand opportunity for your own company, to take care of your employees, to take care of your families, to take care of your towns, your communities, wherever they are, in the United States or here in Taiwan. We should all understand the risk associated with working alongside the Chinese Communist Party. I get it. It's a big market. Everybody wants to chase 1.4 billion people inside of China, a place to sell your goods. I wish it wasn't so simple. I wish it was the case today, and I pray that someday it shall be, that those people inside of China who are desirous of nothing more than every human being to be free and have liberty and to have choices. I hope those people get that choice. But today, the Chinese Communist Party wants to change the way you live here. They want to change the way that people all throughout Southeast Asia live. They want to change the way that people inside of my country live. To prevent that, to decrease the likelihood that they should ever come, it is imperative that those who have capital, those who are out taking risks in the commercial marketplace, are doing the right thing and reevaluating their commitments inside of that place. We don't need it. We can do it together. We collectively have the capacity, the human capital, the technology, the chutzpah, the wherewithal, the enormous goodwill amongst freedom-loving peoples to deliver great outcomes. And when we do that, when we build this for ourselves, for our companies, when we build it for freedom and peace, then one day the people of the Chinese Communist Party will get to be part of that as well. I pray that that day is soon. I know that the work that we can collectively do together will hasten it. I'll close with this thought from someone who was, long ago, a young officer who patrolled the then East German border. I was a tank platoon leader in the United States Army. I left my post there. We patrolled what was then the Soviet Union, the edge between freedom and tyranny. And I left my assignment in October of 1989. I went on to my next duty station. 2 weeks after I left, 2 weeks, just 14 days after I left, freedom was across Europe. The wall had come down. It was remarkable. It changed the lives of millions of people all across Europe who now had the chance to make lives better for their own families. The tyranny that had been the Stasi, the tyranny that had been the Soviet Union was no longer upon them. It no longer had their jackboot on the throat of those great people. I tell that story because when I left, no one thought that that day was coming anytime soon. No one anticipated that in just a handful of days that the world would change. It did. It changed in that moment, unexpectedly. It changed because of all the work that had gone before it. All the great work, the efforts that we had all made towards expanding freedom everywhere we went. I'm convinced the same thing will happen inside of China as well, that one day it will come, and that we will not anticipate it, we will not predict it, And it will come faster than anyone can imagine today. As I get a chance to meet you all and be in front of you and share your dreams with you, I am confident that the work that you are doing, that your great country is doing, will hasten that day as well, and that the swagger that the people of Taiwan should rightly hold will have created opportunity for all of us. Thank you, God bless you, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Mr. Mike Pompeo. Taiwan and U.S. are good friends and good partners forever. We are all freedom lovers. Thank you for the inspiring speech. Thank you, Mr. Mike Pompeo. Thank you so very much.
世界台商呢，在国外努力打拼，让世界看见台湾，也是台湾最好的国民外交。